So there's a few things on types that I left off the other video that is worth pointing out. So not only this is our component type we generated before, not only are you getting the enumeration in here and assigning of values for you, I want to come down here to the bottom section of the module, the actual module piece of this. There's two functions that are public that you can use readily upon the creation of these guys. First is the get component type, and the mathematics on that is get, and then whatever the um, type is, whatever you defined the type, we define this as component type. If you notice, that's his name over here. That's the declare component. That's the component type. That's the module is component type. Get component type. And you supply him with a numeric value, and he'll return the string value. Okay. So that is the first of the functions. The second actually will load a combo box for you. And I will actually build a full working test of this in a second off camera, and then I'll bring it in and show you what I've built. But this guy is you load combo boxes are loaded with data. So this is load component type. So we're going to load the component type with combo box with our components, and they're in the physical order that you put them in. So engines all the way down to sensors, and the text is displayed, and each data item item data is actually the actual enumerator itself. So you can save the value to a database table, come back, grab the value off the database table, and regenerate it back and select it in the combo box and that sort of thing. So that's the main thing I wanted to kind of point out. I'm going to go ahead and build a small set of stuff and then walk us through it. So hold on just a minute. Alrighty now, I have gone off script and done all kinds of stuff. So let's walk into some of these things that I've done. If we start here with our some new project folder, I've added a forms folder and a code folder inside it. In the forms folder, I've created a component, ICE design component screen. So double clicking him, ICE design will pop up, and here's our screen. Not a whole lot here. So we have a form that is called FRM ships components. It says ships components as a title. We have a label or a text box, and we have a combo box that I've set up. And I've assigned a Rockwell port so it's nice and easily read. We save that, and he saves to the form folder. And then we create this, creates the component PB inside the code folder, and we will save and replace. Normally it kicks up, there it is. And we'll say replace, and then we're done with this. Now I have my ICE design process, which you can download from my website. It comes with a whole lot of configuration stuff, so it lets you know everything about it. So we're going to run this. I'm going to give it a name of some project. Its source path is the code, the generated code that came out of ICE Designer. Its destination path is going to be our some new project folder. So we save this and overwrite, and everything's cool. Now we'll come back here, and this is the code generated from ICE Designer. This is our type that we built. And so what I've done is we have two new code sheets that we have had just generated. They are some project constants and some project windows. Now, the ICE design process exe that I ran is designed to collect multiple windows, allow you to put in their parentage, who owns what window, and then it consolidates all the windows into these two files. Okay, the first one is Constance, and he would want to be brought into your project first. And this gives us an enumerated list of all your windows, followed by all the gadgets of each window. It will also include the loads of all the fonts and then all the images across all of your windows, bringing those in as well. So this way you don't ever step on your enumerations across your windows. The Windows class sheet is just the functions to open each individual window. This is mostly grabbed straight out of the generated code that came from ICE Designer. So with those two, actually, when there's multiple windows, they'll be in this sheet, just a whole bunch of these procedures all lined up in this sheet. So that's what ICE process builds. So we include our constants first, we include the components, and then we include our windows. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is bring in a full control loop and all the code that comes with that, which I have written here on the side. And I'm going to paste that in if I can get my cursor back here. Let's see, we'll paste that in there. All right, so let's scroll back up to the top. So at the top, we have some standard variables that are required. I normally use form width, form height when I'm doing the resizing of windows. The event, gadget, menu, window is all used by the control loop. Index and ID are used by dealing with components. X and Y for looping and whatnot. So our next piece is going to be the definition of the variable that controls whether the screen is shown or closed. And then we have our call to the windows to present our screen. So it opens up the screen, it goes and does all of its code. Then we're going to set the screen, the variable that controls our screen, to be shown as false. So we want him to be off. And then I want to load my combo box. And this is real simple. All I have to do is type my control module name, : and load component type. Give him the variable that is the combo box, and then he goes off and does his thing and loads it up. We come back to our next line of code and say, let's select the first item in the combo box. And then finally, we want to open the window up and unhide the window and show it to our clients or whomever is watching. And then we drop into the repeat loop, which is the control loop. I'm assuming you've seen a million of these, but I'll walk you through a lot of it. So our first event here is going to be the close window. This is hitting the X in the upper right, and it'll shut down the window merely by flipping quit to true. So we're looping here forever. Repeat until quit is true. So he's staying right here, going 1,000,000 miles a minute, and waiting for that to happen. So if we had size code, we could size our window. If we had menu code, that's where it belongs. And then we have our gadget code. So here's our combo box. So we're saying on the event of change, get his index. We want to get the gadget state for our component, and we get it and put it into this variable index. If index is greater than -1, in other words, the first item is selected, which is 0, everything is 0 based, we're going to go ahead and do a debug window to print off the item data and the item text so you can see them. And we will do this until you hit this X up here to kill the window. So let's go ahead and run this. And he goes and does his compile. All our code is assembled all together. Everybody's happy. And here's our lovely screen. When we select bridge, poof, here's our debug screen that tells us we've selected item 2 and it's bridge. And if we select cruise quarters, it's 4. If we select weapons, it's 6, and so on until we hit this lovely X and the whole thing ends. So that will conclude this video of using types with the generated code from ClassBuilder.